seeing people as anything but people. So I had to think that through a little bit. So to come up with anything intelligent, I thought, number one, all people are unique and should be handled as individuals within the collective. I'm reading part of my notes that came up, and some of them I'm going to skip because, it can be too dramatic. I think it's important that that we have watchful eyes for giftings, skills, and abilities first, and then for weaknesses and challenges. And I think the weaknesses and the challenges should not lead our care for our students as much as, I guess that I'm thinking in terms of inclusive, how that works well. I think, I was just hearing a little bit about, making sure they can use calculators or making sure they're getting something read to them, or just things that are helpful. But I don't imagine. I got a lot of stuff going on in my head right now, and one of the things is I was reading about this park because that was foreign to me. I was like, what's park? And what's Nickshik? I just said S-E. And I saw that the assessment part is really important. And it was almost like overkill assessment. And so I'm a little concerned in that area because I think when you over-assess a situation, you might lose the student. and I want to see students being taken for who they are and not for this system of assessments about them. Because I think you can lose the person somewhere in there, and that's what I'm afraid of if we're not careful that can happen. As far as needs and abilities, I'm still learning what those are. I need to speak more to people who have special needs students because I don't personally have special needs students. I've just worked with them. As an art teacher, I get a lot of people coming through, especially in the spectrum and those needs. And so I've realized that there are very, 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 very different people. I've never met any two people the same, whether they had an autism or they had whatever. They've never been the same. So you have to assess them as who they are in front of you. And sometimes one day is different than the next, and 1 week is different than the next, and 1 year is different than the next. And so I think I really am afraid of the computer taking over that from a person. So I would say if I were to spend a lot of money, if I had a lot of money in my back pocket to make sure that special education was going to get the most out of that money, I would invest in teachers that, or special, what do you call it? Special educators, special needs facilitators, sorry?
Special educators.
Special educators. That those people would be, that's where I would put the bulk of my money in, for their ability to observe, because I think there's nothing that goes over face-to-face or just observation, as well as using just a real person situation. To me, is much more efficient than what a machine's going to say, because I have off days. So that's going to starve you for the rest of my life now because I have an off day. That's all the machine said. You were like this, or you're in that, box. I don't, who wants to put somebody in the box because of that day? And so for me, a person who is watching, they can say, "Oh, this is not a good day, is it? Let's work on this the next day, or next week, or next month, or whatever." I mean, I'd rather put money into skilled individuals than into a machine or an assessment system that is going to have mistakes and not really give us what we need. So it's not a platform, it's just, I'm just sharing what I think in this area so far. So I hope that's helpful. Next.